You may have heard her songs before. You may have been moved by her voice, but you never expected it. This person lived to be 81 years old. The woman who is regarded as the queen of soul songs by the whole world. Nowadays, every time I open my mouth and sing, this is not even for the applause of the audience, but I hope the pain can penetrate deep into my bones. Slightly better, 60 years. She has been in this circle for a full 60 years. My brothers and close friends around me have gone through one change after another. But in the end, these people left it to her. Only the bitterness in my heart. There's still a bit of coolness. She spoke slowly in a hoarse and tired voice. You can hear her vocal cords trembling. She said she almost forgave everyone in her life. But there are 10 names. She remained steadfast until death. Because of these 10 so-called musicians, I personally destroyed her trust, destroyed her friendship, even shattered what she cherished more than life, her artistic dignity. So today we won't talk about revenge. We only talk about the dirty things that have been hidden for over half a century. Let's start with the first person she hates the most. A person wearing a suitable suit. A person who looks like a demon in his bones. The true ruler of Motown Records. Berry Gordy. All these nightmares. Let's start from the summer of 1966. That night, the wind was very cool. But Grace signed a contract that she regretted for the rest of her life. Paper with Motown logo printed on it. Executive Chairman Berry Gordy. It looks particularly dazzling. In that era when black singers were looked down upon everywhere. Can enter Motown Records. This is something that many people dare not even dream of. Grace never thought about it. This is not a ticket to heaven at all. But it's a deep well paved with gold. Once you fall, I can't climb up anymore. Gordy turned his gaze to her after his performance in Detroit. That person walked over with a smile, hold her hand, but the light in his eyes was so cold that even his back felt cold. He said, "You have an angelic voice, but I want to survive in this cannibalistic world. You must learn to sing for the devil." From that moment on, Grace's life, he was tightly tied to this person in a suit and leather shoes. He always wears the most exquisite custom-made suits. There is a pungent smell of precious cologne perfume. Sharp eyes are like knives. You just need to be glanced at by him. I will unconsciously lower my head. I dare not look directly at him anymore. When I first signed the contract, Mo Chung drew a bunch of big cakes for them. Make them truly believe that they are about to climb the peak of their lives. But it's only been a few months. Grace clearly saw her identity on this commercial machine. In Gordy's eyes, they are just tireless printing machines. He forced them and the Pips band to sing 7 days a week, continuously rotating between one state after another. Desperately, they often sing until their throats smoke. I'm exhausted, but these hard-earned money. When I received it, Gordy had already deducted a small portion in the name of promotional fees. Every time Grace wants to rest well. Alternatively, if you want to try other music styles, the reward is always Gordy's indifferent expression and a pair of contemptuous white eyes. Until August 1968. Motonari headquarters office is located on West Street. The fire that had been piled up for too long finally caught fire. That day, Grace tightly held a belt in her hand. That's the sample tape she made with her heart and lungs. I heard rumors about this song. She firmly believes that this song can instantly make her famous. Gordy, who can sit on a big chair, cold as frost and ice. He hasn't finished listening yet. Just wave your hand and say, "This song is not suitable for you. I want to give it to Marvin Gaye." 3 months later, Marvin's version directly topped the Billboard charts. Sit Still for 7 weeks. The original version carefully recorded by Grace. Gordy is locked in a safe. I didn't even have a chance to see the sun. That was the morning of December 10th, 1968. Grace received a bouquet of white roses in the recording studio. There are no greeting cards inside. There is only one note. It is written in bright red ink on top. "Thank you for your contribution to the success of Motown." Look at that line of words. Grace threw the flowers directly onto the ground. Tears fell one after another onto the cold tiles. That was the most shameful day of her life, because she finally understood. According to the rules established by Berry Gordy, the winner has been predetermined. People like her, only suitable for standing under the stage, sing congratulatory songs for others. But it's not over yet. Gordy's next move will be even more dangerous. He forced the Pips band to warm up Diana Ross. You should know, most of the audience present that day came to find Grace. Every time she goes on stage to sing, the stage lighting will be intentionally dimmed. Her recording time has been repeatedly postponed. Even the scheduled tour may be suddenly canceled before the performance starts. February 1970. Grace has created her own album. Gordy firmly refused. I turned around and threw all the good resources and songs to Diana Ross. Because of that woman. She is Motinari's biological daughter. He is Gordy's favorite person. At that time, rumors were everywhere in the company. Gordy said at a private dinner in Beverly Hills, "I want to manipulate Grace with a bunch of empty promises." Even on a night in September 1970, Gordy called her to his luxurious mansion located on the top floor. It is said that there was a private conversation about the future of the band. Grace saw through his thoughts at a glance. I politely declined. Turn and leave. Just 3 days later, the results came out. All of the band's tours have been canceled. Everyone in Motown knows what happened, but no one dares to say a word for her. In this place, a sentence from Gordy. Stiantiao. Finally, it was 1973. Grace can't hold on anymore. Choose to quietly leave this sad place. How could Gordy give up this money tree? He directly holds power in his hands. All the copyrights of the band's songs have been frozen. Let them be outside. I can't even sing my own pop songs. This lawsuit lasted for 2 years. She not only spent all of Grace's savings, she almost pushed her people to the brink of collapse, waiting for her to finally regain the singing rights to go to Georgia at midnight. Her reputation has long been tarnished by the media hired by Motown with money. The newspapers are filled with accusations that she is a traitor. But Gordy is hiding behind the scenes, laughing while counting money. It seems to be the woman he stepped on. It's not worth mentioning at all. The most unbearable humiliation. The incident occurred in March 1983. That year, Motown held a grand 25th anniversary celebration in Los Angeles. Almost all the superstars who left Motown received invitations. Diana Ross has arrived. Stevie Wonder is here. Marvin Gaye is also here. Only Grace's name is missing. Later on, several old colleagues could no longer bear to watch it. Protests in despair. The organizers only added her to the list at the last minute. But what's even more disgusting is, when this evening party is broadcasted on television, all of Grace's shots, it was cut to the point where nothing was left behind. She was sitting in front of the TV that day, watching my ex-friend enjoy applause on stage. And you yourself, completely wiped away like air. She seems to have never lived in this world before. In the next few decades, Grace never mentions this name in public. Every time someone asks, she only said one sentence. He knows how to love music, but he just doesn't know how to love someone. According to her friend, in the deepest part of Grace's drawer, so far there is still a yellow dismissal letter locked. That's the notification letter she received from Motown Motor Company in 1973. The corners of this paper have been worn out, but the lines above are still clearly visible. Please do not directly contact Mr. Gordy. She is now 81 years old. Whenever I think of these things, I still can't hide the tremble in my voice. She said she hated him. This is not because the money was deducted, but it's all because of this person. Completely destroyed her confidence in singing. In her heart, Berry Gordy is a devil wearing a high-end suit. He infused the talents of countless black artists as a stepping stone for oneself to climb. Forced Gladys Knight, sing for a lifetime, just to forget those humiliating days known as Mo City. Starting from that year, whenever the spotlight falls on her, she always thinks of that winter night in 1968. Barry Gaudy stole her song, stealing her dreams, smash her faith in music with her own hands. On a cold night, if a businessman betrays mercilessly, the weather is already cold enough. What will this person do next? Is really called a knife. Poke into the chest of your most trusted friend. The second person made Grace hate him so much. He is the soul music god worshipped by fans all over the world. Marvin Gaye. Everyone says Marvin's singing voice, healing the wounds of the entire era. In Grace's eyes, this person full of love and peace. In fact, he is a scammer disguised as an angel. He tore apart all her fantasies of pure friendship in the music industry with his own hands. Their resentment. Let's start with the 1971 US tour. At that time, Grace had just appeared with her new song. Marvin has just emerged from a low point of mental breakdown. Retrieve status again. On that long journey, two lonely people are getting closer and closer. Grace affectionately called him Big Brother. Marvin always jokes that they are the same soul divided into two parts. In the background, they hummed the melody together. Let's talk about the blueprint of music together. Even planning to collaborate on producing choir albums. Until July of that year, Chicago Performance Gap. Grace excitedly showed Marvin a new song she wrote on the road. This song says, "When you cry, I will be by your side." This is a gentle song about forgiveness and redemption. Marvin listened carefully, held her tightly, looking into her eyes and saying, "This is definitely the greatest love song in the history of Motown. We need to sing together to the whole world. Because I trust my friends 100%. Grace, please provide the only manuscript of the music score. Give it to Marvin." But it's only been 2 months. When Grace returned to the company, I saw a poster on the bulletin board. Stinging her eyes, causing pain. Says Marvin's new song on it. "When You Cry." Although the title of this song has changed a few words. But that melody, this is exactly the same as what Grace wrote. Lyricist and songwriter column. There's only one name, Marvin Gaye. She went crazy and ran to the archives to find her manuscript. I have experienced all of this. It's empty inside. She went to inquire with the senior management of the company. The other party just coldly revoked the verdict. This is a decision made by the production department. Even more ironic is, this song quickly became popular on the streets and alleys. Marvin stood on the stage singing passionately, even shedding tears under the spotlight. Dialogue with the audience. This is the melody flowing through his heart. And the person who actually wrote this song can only hide alone in the backstage changing room, repeatedly listening to the melody played on the radio, crying silently. That night in Detroit, after the performance, Grace stopped Marvin in the hallway. But Marvin just smiled meaningfully, whispering softly in her ear, "Sister, you must remember. 3 words. The joy of the soul only belongs to me." The next day, the front page headline of the newspaper. There is a big photo of Marvin printed on it. He redefined the joy of the soul. He is the new generation godfather. From that moment on, Grace swears, "I will never collaborate with anyone to write songs again in my lifetime." She called Detroit that night. That night too, she fully understands. Facing fame and fortune, the so-called friendship, is just a stepping stone that can be stepped on at any time. Since then, she started deliberately avoiding Marvin. During the trip, she even requested the staff try to arrange a room for 2 people as much as possible. Marvin's harm to her. This matter will not end here. 1973. Marvin released that sensational album, Let's Be Together. In an interview, he deliberately revealed there is an inspiration for a love song in the album. A close friend during the 1971 tour, although not named, but everyone in Motown knows, that person is Grace. Once, gossip tabloids are all writing about their scandals. Even say Grace is Marvin's secret lover behind the scenes. Faced with these rumors, Grace chooses to remain silent. But it turned into a heavy stone that had been weighing on her heart for decades. April 1, 1984. When the news of Marvin being shot dead by his own father spread, the entire music industry is crying over the passing of this genius. Caritas. I didn't even attend his funeral. Later, a journalist maliciously asked her, "Why are you so cold-blooded?" She answered calmly, "Many years ago, I have already cried for him. There's no need to wait for him to die. Go ahead, shed another tear." Many people think this statement is too inhumane, but only those who truly survived that crazy era can understand. This is a heartbroken person. The most authentic shout. In the eyes of the world, Marvin Gaye is an insurmountable musical monument. But in Grace's heart, he is the person with the most perfect voice, the traitor who sings the sweetest lie. Until today, whenever Marvin's magnetic voice appears again on the radio, Grace will still admit it. That sounds really nice, but it also hurts a lot, because every time the bell rings, they are all reminding her, in this world, sometimes in the most beautiful melody, this is the deadliest betrayal. But there were also some people injured, not because of blatant betrayal, but this is because of your purest faith, regarded by others as a stepping stone for climbing. The third person who made Grace see reality clearly. He is a renowned pioneer in black music. Curtis Mayfield. In front of the public, he is a black movement leader who speaks out for justice. This can be done privately. He is a hypocritical gentleman with a heavy heart, skilled at using ideals as bait. He used a particularly exaggerated excuse. "I personally stole Grace's hope of a comeback." The time can be traced back to 1974. At that time, Grace had just made up her mind. Escape from the bloody city of Motown. My career suddenly hit rock bottom. Just when she was most confused and helpless, Curtis called from Chicago. His voice sounded sincere on the phone. He said he wants to make a soundtrack album for the movie Claudette, which tells the story of the plight of black women. "I would like to invite Grace to collaborate with me." Grace thought she had finally met someone who could save her life. In addition, the other party is an industry benchmark that she has always admired. So she didn't say a word and packed her luggage. Arrived at the record company located on South Michigan Avenue, Curtis patted his chest and agreed. "All creative achievements. Everyone will receive a fair signature." Those days in October 1974. Every day in the recording studio is filled with creativity. Grace sings that song over and over again. I wholeheartedly devote myself to it. She once again changed the melody of the choir, still polishing the lyrics word for word and sentence by sentence, in order to sing the most accurate emotions. She sang repeatedly until her voice became hoarse. She naively thought, "This is the collision of their two souls. This is a common crystallization." The night the song was recorded, everyone opened the champagne to celebrate. Grace also signed a temporary co-creation confirmation letter. Curtis warmly shook her hand and congratulated her. But it's only been 3 weeks. Claudette movie soundtrack officially released. The moment I received the record, Grace's whole body fell into an ice cave. Component. There is only one name. Curtis Mayfield. Her name belongs to her. Wipe it clean and tidy. On the album cover, it says, Curtis Mayfield, Grace Knights United. In the eyes of the world, she is not a creator at all, just a singer hired with money. This almost completely defeated Grace. That night, she wrote a particularly sad sentence in her diary. She said, "Oh my God, I thought those who shout for freedom every day knew love the best. But the fact proves that they only like their own voice when they speak." This song quickly became popular in the United States. It not only ranks first, still in 1975, nominated for Academy Award for Best Original Song. Therefore, Curtis is hailed as an unparalleled genius in the field of soul-saving music. When the media surrounded him and asked, "How was this song written?" he just showed his signature fake smile. Music is a gift from God, not belonging to any mortal. At that moment, Grace understood. She couldn't wait to apologize for the rest of her life. Since then, My name is Curtis Mayfield, becoming the deepest scar in Grace's heart, although she has never spoken ill of him in public. But whenever someone mentions the movie Claudette, her gaze instinctively dodged. Everyone around me knows. In the next few decades, Grace is on stage. I have never sung this classic song that made her famous before. Whenever the prelude of this song is played live, she will silently retreat to the backstage, even leaving the room directly, just to avoid painful memories. Because for her, that wonderful melody, not a praise for art, but this is a robbery disguised as an artwork. 1999. Curtis Mayfield passed away due to illness. Grace sent a bouquet of white roses for the first time. There are no cards on the flowers. I didn't leave a word either. Outsiders believe that this is the final tribute between old friends. But only Grace knows in her heart. This bouquet of flowers. This represents that she finally ended the darkest page of her life with her own hands. That person is full of a sense of justice. A hypocrite who steals the hearts and souls of others. Finally left. But in Grace's memory, Curtis Mayfield, the music thief who always wears a sacred mask. If the conspiracy of a hypocrite is difficult to defend against, the arrogant music tyrant on that stage, this is just putting the word shameless directly on your face. The fourth person who made Grace both disgusted and angry. He is revered worldwide as the godfather of soul music. James Brown. In the spotlight, he is a symbol of black power and dignity. But now it's the back end. He's just a cold tyrant wearing strange clothes. Spring of 1971. Grace and her Pips band, invited to participate in Brown's European tour. She thinks it's a music feast of strong collaboration. As a result, he stepped on it with one foot. This is a military concentration camp that has been suppressed to the point of suffocation. Brown is absolutely dictatorial in the entire travel team. It doesn't light up every day. He forced everyone to rehearse the dance steps of the formation like soldiers. Who is 1 minute late? You must pay a huge fine. Female singers in the team. He also has an unwritten iron rule. That's because he doesn't make gestures. No one is allowed to sing without permission. Grace later recalled that wasn't even a musical journey. That was a nightmare disguised as joy. April 15, 1971. Paris Olympia Music Hall. The audience in the stands were enthusiastic as fire. When Grace sang that song with deep affection, I didn't want to make any mistakes. The audience erupted into the warmest applause and cheers of the night. That sound is too loud. Even the host's speech was completely drowned out. James Brown stood on one side of the stage. My face immediately changed. The fire of jealousy. His eyes were almost burned out. Just as Brown was preparing to take the stage, Grace suddenly realized the sound of one's own microphone, inexplicably reduced by half. At first, the band members thought it was a problem with the sound equipment. Later, the sound engineer secretly said, "This is a death warrant personally issued by James Brown. He will never allow anyone's voice." The overpass itself. A week later, the tour group has arrived in London. Something even more despicable happened. Grace was surprised to discover my name was erased from the promotional poster. Initially, it was created by Gladys Knight and the Pipa Band as special guests, becoming James Brown and his famous band Flames. No one explained to them. Under Brown's tyranny, no one dares to ask. At that time, some staff members saw Grace sat alone in a corner backstage. He tightly held onto the old poster that had been replaced. My eyes are filled with disappointment and helplessness. This kind of humiliation, even extending beyond the stage. According to the historical records of the record company, Brown uses inconsistent artistic styles as an excuse. Strongly requests to be included in the official concert documentary. Delete all photos of Grace. Until the official release of this documentary in 1972, Grace is inside. There's not even a second of footage. In the eyes of those uninformed viewers, she seems to have never appeared before. At that time, rumors were everywhere in the circle. Brown is actually afraid of Grace's emotional voice, because as soon as she spoke, it's easy to make people cry. And Brown's own performance. We can only rely on this authoritarian control to maintain ourselves. He cannot tolerate a woman. The applause he received was even more enthusiastic than his own. Once his absolute authority is challenged, his only choice is, this means completely destroying the other party. Many years have passed. In 1988, Brown's wife suffered from domestic violence, arrested by the police and sent to prison. When Grace was interviewed, I only said one sentence: I'm not surprised at all. A person who insists on making the world kneel at his feet. In the end, he could only rely on his own hands, wear heavy ankle shackles. In Grace's eyes, James Brown is not only selfish and arrogant. He represents the cruel reality of male supremacy in that era. That male singer is revered as a deity. In a circle, female singers can only bow their heads and obey. She's really fed up with this oppression. Every time the radio plays that famous song, "It's a Man's World," what did Grace hear? This has never been a classic melody. But this approach requires women to demonstrate loyalty through listening and silence, hypocrisy and bitterness. If the injuries of those in front were knives and guns, the pain brought to Grace by the fifth person, like a poisonous needle hidden in a gentle embrace. He is Smokey Robinson, the man who was once regarded by Grace as her only true friend. They have known each other since the early 1960s. At that time, both of them dreamed of music. There are no secrets between each other. Smoking is always so gentle and subtle. Everyone calls him the warm heart of Motown Records. But for Grace, the warmest smile on this man's face. Later, it became the deepest knife that pierced her heart. 1968. In the recording studio in Motown, Grace recorded a song day and night. That person should be me. She spent several weeks polishing every detail. I hope to rely on this song, bring the band back to its peak. But she never thought about it. At that time, Smokey was the creative director of Motown. I actually re-recorded this song behind my back. They not only changed the arrangement, still using their own privileges. He was the first person to release his own version. November 1968. When this song plays on the streets and alleys, Grace is currently traveling outside the city. Until the concert in New York, the fans in the audience shouted Smokey's name in unison. She suddenly froze on stage. She looked at Barry Gaudy sitting in the front row of the stage. Laughter and applause echoed simultaneously. At that moment, she felt the world spinning. After the performance, she saw the headline of the newspaper backstage. Write Smokey's new song. Lead Motown to a higher position. No explanation provided. No apology. Everyone in Motown knows. It was Smokey who used his position to steal this song. Put Grace's heart and soul inside. It turned into a scrap tape. Many years later, a sound engineer has finally revealed the truth. He said that at that time, the top management issued a death warrant. We need to take all the original tapes recorded by Grace, all destroyed by Curry, provide official reasons. Surprisingly, this is the technical maintenance of the equipment. Later, someone asked about this matter. Smokey just said vaguely, "Music is fluid. It doesn't belong to anyone." This sentence completely angered Grace. She wrote in her diary, "I used to think that the person who smiles the sweetest is the kindest. But the fact proves that their laughter, just to catch you off guard." Thorn. Since then, Grace rejected all of her projects with Smokey. Even at the 25th anniversary celebration of Motown in 1983, Barry Gaudy personally came to invite her. She also refused to perform on stage with Smokey, whether he was alive or dead. She told her friends, "I cannot tolerate someone trampling on my hard work, except for those who are becoming famous." In Grace's eyes, Smoke has never been a noisy enemy. He disguised himself as having good intentions. The most complete betrayal. And this kind of betrayal, this is the scariest thing, because you never know. That knife, when will it stab your chest? Time passes year after year. moving forward year after year. 191,980s. Grace has been working in the music industry for over 20 years. This is already a legend, but this circle has changed, deciding the fate of a singer, no longer a golden voice, but rather industry gatekeepers like Quincy Jones. In Grace's eyes, Quincy is not just a genius producer. He is also a ruthless judge who holds life and death power over countless singers. This judge, 1,985. I personally closed her door. That year was due to famine in Africa. Quincy has gathered over 40 music superstars, recording a charity single, One World, One Family. Grace received an invitation a long time ago. Her name is clearly written on the official list. For this recording, she prepared for a few weeks, carefully select clothing, adjust the throat to its optimal state. I am eagerly looking forward to making contributions to the public welfare cause. On the morning of January 28th, when I arrived at the recording studio in Los Angeles, but she found herself in her own position, sitting with singer Dionne Warwick. Her agent approached and inquired about the reason. The production assistant just coldly put down a sentence. Quincy has temporarily adjusted the lineup. He thinks Grace's voice is too rough, not suitable for mixing this song. As the chief producer, Quincy Jones, from beginning to end, I didn't even show up. No available explanation. I didn't even apologize. Grace silently walked out of the recording studio, sitting alone in the car for several hours. That night, the song One Family Under Heaven has spread all over the world. She listens to Michael Jackson's songs, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner's voice, only herself. She later wrote in her autobiography, "I'm not angry because I was kicked out of the recording studio. I'm angry. Why do they pretend to need me so much?" Later, an insider revealed, Quincy thinks Grace's image is too traditional, not in line with the fashion taste of MTV era. He needs a younger and more fashionable face, attracting young audiences. Grace era, it's over. There are even rumors that Grace has already left. Quincy told the team, "Don't look for her again in the future. What I want is the one that hasn't been selected yet. People who can also listen quietly and obediently." In Grace's opinion, Quincy Jones represents the cruelest side of the music industry. In this world, having talent alone is far from enough. Once you no longer meet the aesthetic standards of those in power, it will be like garbage, mercilessly kicked out of the house. Since then, Grace has never participated in any celebrity charity performances again. Every time I hear the song One Family Under Heaven, she just gave a bitter smile, a song that praises human love. The beginning is filled with cold rejection. In Grace's heart, Quincy Jones has never been a personal enemy. He just used his power to create silent industrial machines. When your voice is no longer popular, I will not hesitate to erase you, a cold-blooded gatekeeper. Except for those senior behind-the-scenes experts, there is another type of person, relying on gentle behavior, unconsciously, rubbing away the past bit by bit. The seventh name makes Gret feel cold. He was a pop singer at that time, Lionel Richie. In the eyes of many older generation black singers, he is a replacement for the traditional soul music of the white world generation. Exquisite mask. He always wears a smile on his face. Sing those warm and gentle pop songs. Won cheers from countless mainstream audiences. But Grace only felt a chill, because behind this tenderness, it is the foundation of music poured by countless predecessors with blood, tears, and faith. Thorough cleaning. 191,980s. Richie aims to cater to the mainstream market, proactively forgetting the tearing sound in black music. Pain penetrates deep into the bone marrow, transforms soul music into something on the assembly line. Aseptic popular fast food. Hello, these songs have been playing all night. The crazy release of Streets and Alleys. You can hear it from Grace. These songs are more like funerals of an era, once born in a church, that kind of energetic soul music. Now, it has become a product with clear pricing in the recording studio. At that time, there were rumors in Motown. It is said that Lee Chi wants to squeeze into the recording site of One Family Under Heaven. Various relationships were used behind the scenes, forcefully expelling veterans such as Gret and Patti LaBelle. When that choral song became popular worldwide, Richie stood next to Michael Jackson. Enjoy the spotlight, so elegant, completely blockade outside the door. Grace said, she is not jealous of that position. She just sadly discovered the true soul of music. No one cares anymore. Current market. I just want those that sound good. Easy to understand. Easy to sell packaged goods. Not only that, the former Rear Admiral's band member also publicly leaked information. It is said that Richie created a collective creation by bringing everyone together. All in my own name. Even kicked away the brothers who fought together. I signed a private contract worth millions of dollars myself. Facing lawsuits from members, Richie chose to handle this matter silently, utilizing the network of industry expert Clive Davis. Suppress all these scandals. In Grace's opinion, Richie represents the most ruthless transformation in this industry. He believes, become a marketing slogan. Make the suffering soul happy. Bleach has become a tool for making money. Every time I hear that song say, you say me, Grace will sigh at her family. She said, I don't hate Lionel. I just hate this world. Just trying to remember him. I choose to forget about us. If Richie uses tenderness to bleach music, and then this eighth person, this is exploiting arrogance and decadence, completely defiled the entire stage. He was once the darling of Motown. Rick James. In Grace's eyes, this person is a disaster for music. She couldn't stand his lyrics being full of vulgar hints. I hate him even more for using rebellion as a weapon. Destroyed the dignity that a whole generation had worked hard to establish. 1983. Funk music is very popular. Rick James has become a spokesperson for wildness and desire. He even gave a speech in front of the media. The happiness of the soul is dead. Current music. Only recognize sensory stimuli. Upon hearing this sentence, Grace knows the music beliefs they strive to protect. I have been completely trampled upon by this generation of young people. Funk music originated from church drums and free dance. This should be a very noble art. But Rick turned it into a fame and fortune arena filled with drugs and violence. By the mid-1980s, the rumors behind him are simply unbearable. Female singer before recording. Must pass the so-called secret interview. Prove your loyalty. At those carnival parties filled with cocaine and alcohol. Mixing with music. This is the blood and tears of countless victims. Until 1989, the police raided his mansion in Hollywood Hills, discovering him and his girlfriend, accidentally illegally imprisoning and injuring 2 models. The scene where he was handcuffed and taken away. This became the most ironic footnote of that crazy era. Grace has always believed music is used to redeem the soul, kuliko, but they use music as a tool to vent their desires. She said, we sing to heal pain. He sings just to destroy everything. After Rick was sentenced, Grace has not made any comments. I didn't say hello either. She wrote it down in her personal notebook. When the soul is sold as a plaything, music has become a dirty ritual. 2004. Rick James passed away alone in a small apartment in Los Angeles. There are only scattered medicine bottles around me. There are also dusty golden records. People call him the god of funk. I also arranged a grand funeral for him. Grace didn't even go. In her heart, this person is just a deformed product of soul happiness. He has proven this throughout his life. Once a talent loses confidence, in the end, they will only become demons in the rhythm. With the advancement of technology, a group of people entered the music industry. They use cold machines, replace human heartbeat. This 9th name, it's Jimmy James and Terry Lewis. They are the gold medal architects of the digital music era. But it can also personally bring happiness to the soul. A ruthless assassin who can be decomposed into computer formulas. In Grace's eyes, they not only killed one kind, more importantly, it embodies the spirituality of music. 1986. They created album control for Janet Jackson. The whole world is cheering. This is a hymn praising women's freedom. Caritas, I saw through the truth behind that cold machine at a glance. That's the sound of a bunch of cables and computer programs. There is no real space for human emotions inside. They sang the most touching love songs. It has become an industrial product for precision computing. The drumbeat no longer comes from the musician's heartbeat, but it comes from a cold synthesizer. The singing no longer has that natural tremble. Perform all forced alignment through sound editing software. At that time, a music magazine revealed. They said they established a controlling empire. Countless young singers are bound by arbitrary terms in their contracts. I can only earn a meager commission, becoming a tool for them to make money. An anonymous singer revealed. These producers. Firstly, it makes you feel like you were chosen because of your talent. But you will find that no one can escape the assembly line they designed. In Grace's opinion, this is simply the greatest blasphemy against art. Express the purest emotions. Become an industrial property right. 1987. Grace took the initiative to contact them. I want to collaborate on a song. But he was accused by the other party of having a cliché D voice, mercilessly refusing. A year later, they won awards and soft hands with their own rhythm kingdom, regarded as the godfather of modern soul music. Watching the neon lights flashing on the TV. There are also groups of revelers. Grace shed tears in front of the TV. She said, "These people have exhausted our souls." Then switched to the computer frequency. But this is called progress of the times. In her heart, these two people are not music masters at all. They completely deprived the temperature of music. Cold-blooded engineer, because once music no longer understands pain, it also lost it, the ability of a lover. Among all the names that caused Grace pain, she can't let go the most. This is also the most desperate thing for her. She used to think the same way before. He will be the last glimmer of light in Motown. This 10th name, I am Steve Wonder. Those eyes can't see, but recognized worldwide as a genius with the purest soul. Everyone thinks he is the last pure land of soul joy. But for Grace, his existence precisely proves. Sometimes the most dazzling light. It can also blind people holding it in both hands. The 70s, when Grace struggled in the power struggle in Motown, she thought only Steve understood her. 1973. They once worked side by side in a recording studio in Detroit. Discuss each other's views on faith, reputation, and wealth. Steve held her hand and promised her, "I want to write a song for her. A song that can make people believe in each other again." But a few months later, this song actually appeared on Steve's own album. This song is called Everything is Fair in Love. Inside, Grace didn't make a sound at all. Watching this song go viral all over the world. I am only on the gratitude list. Received a vague nickname. Grace didn't say anything. May cause real harm. Still lagging behind. 1977 American Music Awards. Grace and Steve both received nominations at the same time. She tightly held Steve's hand backstage. Pray for him. When Steve went on stage to receive the award, but he said into the microphone, "Motown Records has only one true soul. That's me." The audience burst into laughter and applause. So elegant. It's like being struck by lightning. Standing there confused. That night, she left the award ceremony early. Even returned the plane ticket Steve gave her. Under that gentle and tolerant appearance, Steve also has an unknown dark side. In the 1980s, when he reached his peak, accused of forming factions within the company, young singers need his help. It must meet his so-called magnetic field requirements. Everyone in the circle knows this. This is just an excuse for nepotism. Even some media outlets have exposed this matter. He said he participated in a public welfare project. More importantly, to maintain a perfect image. Grace silently watched everything, although she still maintains politeness towards him in public places. Personal wounds. It has never fully recovered. She wrote in her diary, although Steve couldn't see with his eyes, but he even touched the pain of others. I also choose to turn a blind eye. Later, while recording the song This Is the Meaning of Friends, Steve just asked his agent to apologize gently. Oneself. I have never personally spoken a word to her from beginning to end. 1995. At the tribute performance in Los Angeles, Grace sat in the audience seat, watching Steve passionately play in front of the white piano. All the audience stood up, cheering and applauding for him. So elegant. I can only lower my head. Let tears wet the invitation letter in your hand. At that moment, she finally understood. The sage who once guided the direction of soul music. A long time ago, I forgot to look back. The people who travel with him. In Grace's eyes, Stevie Wonder. He is a saint who forgets to pray. And perhaps this is the deepest pain of her life. After hearing these 10 names, maybe you finally understand. Grace Knights in the past 80 years. How much money did you bring? This is a soul watching music helplessly. A woman slowly rots amidst fame, fortune, and betrayal. The most genuine sadness. They used to sing together on the same stage, praying in the same church. Finally, this was done in the coldest way possible. Everyone goes their own way. If it were you, you would think that among these 10 people, who is the real culprit behind Motown Records? You can leave your thoughts in the comments section. Tell us what you heard here. How do I feel inside? Thank you for seeing this. If the story can also move you a little bit, you can easily click to subscribe. In the upcoming program, we will take you to learn more, hidden behind those classic melodies.